Floor is yours, Damla. And Azerbaijan. Croatia, ah, so nice. And Toronto. Great.
Good to meet you, everybody, once again. You can keep typing your name and where you come from in the chat. So in the meantime, we'll get started. Um, yes, so we are the incoming team at Koç. You've heard from us a little bit previously, but we'll just quickly introduce ourselves. I'm Damla, and I have been working at Koç for the last 3.5 years, maybe more. And we have been dealing with incoming exchange students and their procedures. And we have many other tasks, but this is the main one. I'll give the floor to my teammates to introduce
Mhm.
themselves.
Yeah, sure. I am Tuba. It's been 5.5, oh, too much, 5.5 years at Koç University. Basically, yeah, as you mentioned, like we're in charge of all the incoming processes, I would say, incoming students, staff, delegations, and everything, and exchange partnership, development part of the issues. But hopefully, we will be seeing each other in orientation week, and you will get to know us a little bit better and more. I hope we have a nice session. So, Melike is yours.
Hello everyone. I'm Melike. I'm working for like half year right now, and I'm working with both incoming team, with my colleagues in here, and also with the outbound mobilities. So yeah, nice to meet you, and I hope you will enjoy the session.
Thank you. Melike is also a graduate of Koç University, so she would probably know us better and know the student life better. And so if you have any questions, you can ask her at the end. Okay, so we will just actually base this session on our exchange student guide, but we added some videos, some other resources as well. And so this session will be the same as the session in the afternoon. So we just wanted to kind of give space to students living in different time zones. And at the end of our presentation, we will have our colleagues at the ICO do a presentation as well regarding, the bureaucratic procedures in Turkey, cultural adaptation, etc. And then after their presentation, we will get your questions. So you can just kind of keep your questions until the end, and then we will be happy to respond. And yeah, so we can get started. We will ask you to read our exchange student guide very carefully because it has a lot of information in it, all the dates and, academic life and housing, campus life, etc., everything that you might need. So we can get started with the dates. So today starts the dormitory payment period. And then the next important date for us is course planning. In the middle of September, our course planning period starts. I will get into what course planning is in a bit. We can just go to the other dates. If you're staying in the dormitories, you will check into the dormitories on 26th and 27th of September. And 28th of September, our orientation week will start. And that's the same day as our course enrollment. Again, I will explain what course enrollment is in a bit. So yeah, our orientation days will be the week of 28th of September. And the next Monday, you will start your courses and you will be able to add and drop courses until 16th of October. And so you can still drop a course after 16th of October, but it will stay on your transcript. And the deadline for that will be 25th of December. I will also get into this in a bit. And so last day of classes will be 8th of January, and the exams will last about 11 days from 11th of January until 22nd of January. And our official last day of the semester will be 22nd of January. So if you have any documentation that asks for the semester dates, you can put the first day of orientation, which is 28th of September, and then the last day of exams, which is the 22nd of January. And so some programs have different course dates and enrollment dates. That is Graduate School of Business. We shared the dates and the courses with students who will be enrolled at the Graduate School of Business via email. So you can check your email for details. But yeah, so you can see other Graduate School of Business students can see the other dates on the screen. If you're confused, you can send us an email about it. But yeah. Okay. So holidays, these are the official holidays where there are no class, which is the Republic Day holiday. It's going to be 28th and 29th of October. And we have a New Year holiday, which is the 1st of January. And sadly, we do not have a Christmas break in Turkey as an official holiday. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, so how to arrive on campus. We have two airports in each side of Istanbul. One is Istanbul Airport on the European side. The second is the Sabiha Gökçen Airport on the Asian side. So definitely the closer one is Istanbul Airport, but you can choose either option. Just for your convenience, I just added some how long it takes to campus, basically with different transportation options. So you can kind of check which one works best. I mean, if you have luggages, I would suggest getting a taxi. Sorry, but other options are available as well. And Turkish or Istanbul transportation is pretty good, public transportation, so you can do your research a little bit and then arrive however you like. Some students in the previous semesters, they shared a taxi. They arrived at the same time and they shared a taxi to the dormitories. So you can also do that as well. But yeah. So for housing, we sent a housing guide, detailed housing guide. So some of you applied already for the dormitories between 4th and 7th of August. If you missed the dates to apply, you can just send an email to housing at KUEDUTR and check if some accommodation can be available. But yeah, so the payment starts today. Our colleagues at the housing team, they will send an email to students who sent their applications for housing. And yeah, so you should send your payment via your bank, and then it should reach us until the 18th of August. And yeah, so this time around, it's a bit hectic for us because we are having some issues with the university-wide payments. So bank transfer it is, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you have any questions about these payments and everything, you can send to our housing team at housing KUEDUTR. One of the other points I would like to make is you will be asked for a criminal record in English from your home university, or sorry, home country, if you would like to stay in the dormitories. If you need any detailed information about that, or if you're having issues with getting a criminal record, again, you can ask our housing team what to do. Yeah. So the move-in dates will be 26th and 27th of September. If for some reason you're not going to be able to join the orientation week, you can check in later, but you have to send us a proof of why you are not going to be able to join. Yeah, so we will have a mentor student assigned to you who will help you check into the dormitories. You will check in, do your check-in processes, get your room card, and then you will be settled in. And then you will do the same for move out. You have to do the checkout form and then return the card and complete the checkout procedures. And yeah, so if you don't check out, you will have they will not return your deposit, unfortunately. But if you complete all the processes in time, you'll get your deposit back. And Yeah, so our housing team will send your deposit back within 6 to 8 weeks of your checkout. And yeah, so again, you can ask your questions to our housing team. And if you're not able to get a response, you can just also send us an email at incoming@KUTR, and then we can assist you contacting them. Okay, so for some reason, if you don't want to stay in the dormitories, we have a very comprehensive off-campus housing guide on how to look for apartments or how to look for rooms in Istanbul. So you can go visit this resource. Yeah, we are aware that it's a bit expensive, but yeah, so you can just kind of benefit from this housing guide and find your apartment. Okay, now the boring part. I will go quickly. So studying at Koç, we will have some terminology I'd like to mention. So course load means how many courses you're taking at Koç. And so the minimum course load should be 3 courses, which would be 9 Koç credits and 18 ECTS. And usually our students take about 5 courses on average, and that is about 30 ECTS. And if you want to take a 6th course, you can. And in total, that would be probably 36 ECTS or 18 Koç credits. Usually students take 5 courses. So at Koç, courses are either 50 minutes or 70 minutes. It could be once a week or it could be a few times during the week. So it depends on the course, but usually courses do not go over 70 minutes, which is quite nice. Or Melike, am I correct? This is what we know, but yeah. So grading, highest grade would be an A, and then the worst grade would be an F. But so our grading system is out of 4. And yeah, usually all the quizzes and all the exams are rated out of 100. So course codes, this is where you kind of differentiate which courses are undergraduate, which courses are graduate courses. So once you see courses coded from 100 to 499, you know that they're undergraduate courses. And then courses above 500 are graduate courses. And you can kind of think like the courses coded 100, 200 are like the first, second year and third year, and then 300, 400 are like third and fourth year. Of course, it can depend, but this is kind of how it is. And yeah. So we mentioned 2 concepts: course planning and course enrollment. What are these? So when is course planning? Let's start with that. So course planning will be 15th to 25th of September. Actually 15th to the course enrollment, 28th of September, but we will ask you to plan your courses until that Friday before you arrive at Koç. So this would be 15th to 25th of September. Whereas course enrollment will be your final enrollment that is done on the 28th of September. The purpose of course planning will be to kind of organize and prepare your preferred course schedule. And then the purpose of course enrollment is actually register for these courses. We will have a time designated for the course enrollment during our orientation. We will let you know that the course enrollment button is available, so you can just click enroll, and then you will see if you enrolled in the course or not. So course planning will be the first step for all students, and then course enrollment will be the second step, and then it can only be done after completing course planning. Course planning allows you to review available courses, and then the details of these courses, and then course enrollment, you will secure a place in these courses. In course planning, you will check course prerequisites, course schedules, and see if there's a conflict in your timetable. And then in course enrollment, you will be able to enroll in these courses. So if there once you enroll in the course, if a course is full, you will ask for request. You will request a consent, which I will explain in a little bit, and then yeah, so you will follow available alternatives. So yeah, so you will receive support from your mentor student throughout this whole planning and enrollment process. And we will have someone from the registrar's office during the course enrollment session. So they're responsible for this whole course enrollment process, and they will help you if you have any issues or if you have any questions. Course planning does not mean that you are registered for the course, and enrollment is actually the step that adds the course to your schedule. Okay. I have some notes on choosing courses. So we allow exchange students to take courses from any program, regardless of their major, as long as it is approved by the home university. However, due to prerequisites of specific courses and reserved capacity in these courses, you may not be able to take all the courses that you plan to take. So you need to get approval from your home university to select more courses than you actually need, 5 or 6 courses, for example, just to be safe, so you don't go back and forth to your home university, like, can I take this course? Now this one is available, can I take this course? So just select a few more courses than you usually would, and then you don't have to communicate a lot. You have to apply for the instructor's consent during the course enrollment week. So what is consent? A consent is asking for special permission to enroll in a course when the system would normally block you from enrolling. So the consent request button will be available on the 28th of September, and we will let you know when it's available during the orientation week. So there are a few consent requests, like approval requests. You may need it in different, how to say, categories. So a prerequisite would be it looks like you have not completed a required previous course. Since you're an exchange student, we do not have your academic records at Koç. That's why you will ask for approval from your instructor. You can just go and type a little message to your instructor saying that I already took this course at my home university. Could you let me in, for example? So a closed class would be the course is already full. In simple words, it would be the class is full, but can you please give me a seat? This is like what you are asking as approval. So sometimes instructors want to subject students to an approval process before allowing them to enroll. So they want to see all the students enrolling in their courses. So instructor approval courses are common. So you will just ask for their consent, ask for their approval before being able to enroll, and they will approve it during the course enrollment week. So if you want to take a course at a different level, for example, if you're a graduate student who want to take an undergraduate course, you will have to apply for an approval. And the other way around is usually uncommon. Undergraduate students can't take graduate courses, but sometimes the instructors allow it. So you can just send an email to the instructor during the course enrollment week. So then the next request type, you want to take a course, but you don't want you don't want a credit for it. You don't want to take the exam. That means you can take it as an audit student. So in simple words, it is, I want to follow this course and learn it, but I don't want to take the exam, basically. Some students do this with the Turkish course, so you might do it as well if the instructor allows you to. So if you don't want any like coursework or anything, then you can join a course as a limited audit student, which kind of allows you to observe the course without doing any classwork. But yeah, so this is generally what a consent is and a special permission. So usually all coach students are subject to these approval processes. It's not only exchange students, so it's a general process at Koç University. So we have a class search module on QHub. I don't know if you checked it yet, but you can go to class search module on QHub and check previous courses which were available to exchange students. So you have to check available to exchange students to yes as a filter and then search for courses. So you can take courses open to exchange students. Usually most courses are open to exchange students, but there are some that are not. So you can't really take these courses. So you can use this class search module to plan your courses on QHub once it's time on 15th of September. You can check the details of the course. You can check the syllabi. You can check like what day it was offered last semester, and you can check the units of the course. In coach terms, it is credits. Like units means credits. 3 units would be 3 coach credits. So yeah, you can see all the details of the courses from this class search module. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to withdraw a course and you missed the deadline for add drop period, you can still withdraw from a course, but it will be shown on your transcript as a W. It does not have any grades or anything, so yeah, you can still withdraw from a course until 25th of December. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of questions we get on this topic. My second semester starts earlier than Coach last day of Coach, for example. You are allowed to take early finals only with the approval of your course instructors. So what you need to do if you have a academic calendar clash is first. During the add drop period, you have to ask your instructors if they would let you take early finals. Second, if they don't allow it, you would need to change the course, or you have to stay longer for the exam, but you have to change the course if they don't allow early finals. Usually they're very helpful in this case, but if the course is kind of planned in a way that does not allow early finals, then they would say no. So by November 1st, you have to send an email to the faculty academic coordinator of the specific course, and you have to add your instructor to the email. You have to inform the faculty about you taking an early final, and you have to give them a proof of a scheduling conflict, which is an academic calendar. If you have a job or an internship acceptance letter, you can provide that as well. Or you have to have like an urgent health issue, which would be unexpected in that time, but hopefully it doesn't happen. But so these are the 3 categories only which you would be allowed to get an early final. So all the other students have to stay in Istanbul until the end of the exam period of their own specific exam period. So if your exams are finishing earlier than this, you do not have to stay until 22nd of January. But yeah. So we will send you this information in the first week of school again. So just take it notes as well. Okay, so majority of our students are Erasmus students, and in the Erasmus program, we have the learning agreement. Some of your schools use the online learning agreement. I have a very important note on that. We ask you to please put down the right academic coordinator information. So if you do not send it to the right email address, your learning agreement would not be signed. And we have a list of coordinators in each program, different coordinators. So you have to put the correct email address for your learning agreement to be signed. If you, for some reason, did not put the right information, you can send an email to us at incoming@ku.edu.tr, and then we'll guide you on what to do. Okay, so we have a diversity, inclusion, and accessibility office who work with students with physical or mental impairments that restrict their academic life, basically, at Koç University. So they will help students, they will talk to the professors to help students during their time, especially help with the exams. So if you have any sort of disability which needs some extra accommodation during exams or during your academic life at Koç, you can contact our office. The contact information is on the screen. We will send you this presentation afterwards, but you can again take a note of it as well. Yeah. So some photos from our campus. We have indoor and outdoor swimming pools. However, like when you arrive, only the indoor pool will be open. Indoor pool is located in the West Campus where the dormitories are, so you can feel free to use it anytime. We have sports centers on both main campus and the West Campus, and cafeterias. We have a hairdresser on campus if you want to get a haircut or your hair styled. We have an industrial kitchen for events. So if you want to organize some cooking events with your friends, you can just let us know, and then we can ask the events team at Koç. If they allow us, you can use the kitchen for your cooking stuff. So we have an ice skating rink at Koç. It wasn't open last academic year for construction because of construction. Let's see if it's open this year. But yeah, so we have sports fields at Koç. We have a climbing wall in our sports center. We have a lot of cafes on campus, and we have on-campus housing. So yeah, we gathered some videos from our clubs. I want to show some of it, but let's see if my internet is good enough to share it. Tuba, let me know.
You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
Hey.
You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. Big it on it like that. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like bro. Must have on a beat, bro. Deep boat in rap. He a freak though.
How was it? Was the connection bad?
Doing better than I expected. But it might be because of the videos itself. It's not a smooth one. I think we will understand during the YouTube videos. But for now, that was okay. And I'm putting the links now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So these are some social media content from our clubs. The first one was the American football team, and then the second one I will show you is the sailing club. They do organize some events, and then the third one I will show you is the mountaineering club at Koç. And we will invite them to our orientation to do a little presentation. With these routes, and they're sharing the calendar on their Instagram page. Yeah, okay. The next one would be the mountaineering club. Take it, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it, Yes. I'm sorry about my internet connection, but Yeah, so we have a very active student life at Koç. A lot of student clubs, and during the first week, during our orientation week, there will be a student clubs fair, hopefully, and you will get to see all the clubs presenting themselves, and you can join any club you want. Yeah. Okay. Next in campus life is the mobile application of Koç University, which is the KU Hub Mobile. You can download this app if you want. You do it right now, but please do it before you arrive at Koç. So with this app, you'll be able to enter campus with your QR code. So once you log in with your Koç credentials, you will have your profile page and you can show your QR to enter the campus. And you can check your balance for the shuttle. And you can check the city bus schedule. You can see the shuttle schedule, see what's on the menu at the cafeteria, see the course plan, see your weekly plan, see campus events, and many more. So orientation week will be very fun. We will host you for a range of activities, like ice-breaking sessions, like some presentations from us on like serious stuff, boring stuff. Then we will help you register your courses. We will have some informative sessions on different topics about life at Koç, life in Istanbul. We will have a student clubs fair, and we will have campus tours. And we will have a very nice Turkish breakfast. So I'm always looking forward to that. So we will invite all of you to a very nice breakfast next to the Bosphorus, next to the water. It's going to be fun. So I want to share a video, but if my connection's bad, maybe I can ask Tuba to share it. And let's see.
Yep, I am ready.
Should I stop?
Actually, you know what? It's better than the version that we had in the office previously. Like it was bad. Like it was worse, actually, in a weird way. So please continue.
I've heard a lot of good things about Istanbul. It's a city that people love to go back to once they visited once.
I searched on the internet and I saw that professors are so nice and they also have like so much achievements.
Because I'm part of a unique program and I chose Koç because I had great content, public health, research, and I study urban design, so it was really great coming to Istanbul.
Quite the city I like, therefore I'm looking forward to meet new people and hang around the city with them.
It was a big university with a lot of things organized in here, with a lot of choice for the courses, so I was really excited about it.
And I'm majoring in history, so I'm a huge fan of history and antiquity, and that's why I wanted to come to Istanbul to see by my own eyes the monuments and the history.
Just realized we might have shown you this before, but there might be some people who didn't see it before. Okay. Next slide. So we have a mentorship program that is really nice, really fun. We do very meticulously select mentor students who are full-time coach students to help exchange students throughout their life at Coach, even before they come, and usually they stay friends with them after they're gone. But yeah, so they organize a lot of events throughout the semester, and they do help us a lot with the with organizing all the orientation week and everything. So we do like them a lot, and we like this program a lot. So you will be matched with a mentor student. Uh, early September, and you can kind of ask them any questions that you might have and ask for guidance, basically. Yeah, so they are undergraduate students, but they do know Coach very well, so you can ask them anything. So research assistantships, we will have a research assistantship program for exchange students for the fall semester. So you will have an opportunity to work with our faculty members and researchers in their projects, and we will collect research positions for you from our faculty members, and you will be invited to apply to the specific projects, the positions, and yeah, so you will get a certificate at the end of your assistantship. And yeah, my colleague Melike will be running the program, so we will soon have more information on that. And so you can expect some emails about this as well. Okay, so weather in Istanbul, I specifically put a picture of some dolphins on top because when it's a time of change of season in Istanbul, we have a lot of dolphins in Bosphorus in the water. So I'm always looking forward to taking the ferry to watch dolphins, to like hunt for dolphins, basically look for dolphins. And in the summer semester, we also have an exchange program in the summer. And when we took students to the welcome breakfast, we saw a lot of dolphins. So hopefully we see some dolphins in Istanbul because it will be a time of season change. So we have Istanbul is a city where you have the 4 seasons. The hottest months are July and August, and the coldest are January and February. However, because of climate change, sometimes it's like very different. So let's see how it goes, but hopefully in the orientation week we'll have some nice weather. I'm hoping very bad. But yeah, so during winter it's gonna be a bit chilly and wet, and it can be snowy sometimes. However, usually the snow is around February and March, so I don't think you'll see snow, but it would be nice. So usually January and February averages around 5 Celsius, and probably around the time that you're at Koç, it would be around maybe 10 Celsius in the winter, and then in the fall it's probably like 15 to 20, hopefully. So yeah, we have some continental climates affecting the weather of Istanbul, which is the Mediterranean, Black Sea, Balkan, and Anatolian. We have 2 videos of Istanbul and Turkey. Let's see how the connection is. Tuba found this video and we have been using it for like all the presentations. Thank you, Tuba. Okay, this one. Yeah.
I'm excited about this one because I haven't seen it either. This is your discovery, I guess.
Yeah. I'll just get
Sen ne güzel bulursun, gezsen Anadolu'yu. Dertlerden kurtulursun, gezsen Anadolu'yu. Bir ırmakları var, buzdan kaynakları var. Ne hoş toprakları var, gezsen Anadolu'yu. Burada bahar başkadır, yazlar kışlar başkadır. Burada hayat başkadır, yazlar kışlar başkadır. Bu diyar başkadır, başkadır. Gezsen Anadolu'yu, gezsen Anadolu'yu, gezsen Anadolu'yu, gezsen Anadolu'yu. Sen ne güzel bulursun, gezsen Anadolu'yu. Dertlerden kurtulursun, gezsen Anadolu'yu. Bir ırmakları var, buzdan kaynakları var. Ne hoş toprakları var, gezsen Anadolu'yu. Burada bahar başkadır, yazlar kışlar başkadır. Burada hayat başkadır, yazlar kışlar başkadır. Bu diyar başkadır, başkadır. Gezsen Anadolu'yu, gezsen Anadolu'yu, gezsen Anadolu'yu, gezsen Anadolu'yu.
This was the other video. So a lot of exchange students go around Turkey during their time at Koç. So this was a video of the Anatolia, which is the Asian side of the whole Turkey. So we hope you have some time to explore the rest of Turkey. Okay, so we're coming close to the end. I hope you're not bored. So we have some cost of living. We have some prices listed, but of course it's always changing. So for up-to-date living costs, you can refer to the links below. But right now, the 4-plate menu at the student cafeteria is 2.5 euros. From Hacı Osman to Koç campus, the shuttle fare is 1.5 euro. And then minibus fare from Hacı Osman to campus is 1 euro. Regular Istanbul card one-time card fee is 3 euros. Regular Istanbul card fee is 3 euros. So you might get this once you come here, and then you'll put some money on it until you get your student Istanbul card. So one way for regular people is 0.85 euros, 85 cents. And then student Istanbul card, once you get your student Istanbul card, you can get like a monthly package, which is 200 rides. That's a lot. It's never finished, but it costs 12 euro per month. So so for the updated links or updated living costs, you can check the links. And this was the end of my presentation. I hope you're not bored. Maybe if we have time, we can take questions, or should we wait for Begüm? What should we do, Tuba?
I asked her for like to arrive 5 minutes earlier, so we have around 3 minutes. We can use it, or if you and the students need a break to have a water, That is fine. I'm just checking if there's any question on the chat, but not yet. By the way, after the Begum's about the bureaucratic issues presentation, we will have like specific time for question and answers, but they're already just coming. Then I can try to answer. By the way, you can have a breath at that point. Can full year exchange students stay in dorm during the last spring semester in between? I'm not sure about it, Damla. Is it? I think it's all right? The question is,
I can maybe answer that.
yeah, please,
I
Melike.
already answered for via me email, but to say it to everyone, as far as I know, when I was a student in here, a current student, I can stay in between those spring and fall term. But to just confirm about this information, if it's still valid, I recommend you to contact with housing. And if you have a question like that, because even though you can stay normally, if something has changed this year, we might not aware of that. Okay?
I think
Thank
the
you. Thank
answer
you.
is yes, but of course I'm not sure either. However, you are definitely able to leave your belongings for sure.
So in terms of, maybe their general note would be nice. When it comes to housing measures, actually we are kind of a, communication hub, I would say. So basically we are gathering main data about the application dates and, prices and everything to put our guide. But after that point, after just, informing you about the next steps and everything, um, we do not know how like things in detail since we're not in charge of the process. So long story short, if you have specific problems or the questions about the housing, you definitely need to get in touch with them. But we're asking from you to just put us on CC if you're writing an email, so we can catch up if there's any communication problem or if there's anything. For example, the second question on the chat, until Begum comes, I will just go in on order if it's not answered. The Rusan said that I applied for the dormitory, it was confirmed, but right now I cannot pay because it says that there's no application. So you need to ask this housing. By the way, it might be an also technical problem, but first housing should just check if there's anything regarding to their system, and depending on the situation, they will guide you to just contact with the IT, or we will do that, or incoming should do this. So in that sense, housing is the main contact for housing matters. So also just write it down to them immediately. And Sarah said that TL or Euro, we already sent only dollars and euros accounts, and it will be accepted dollar and euro. And I think you have the same problem. So this is the second message. That might be a systematic problem then.
I think
I
so
think
too.
it's the deck, yeah, because if there's a third message about this, then it's be sure it will be certain.
Yeah, I saw an
And
email about it as well. So
okay, then okay, calm down. Then obviously there's a problem. And in such cases, the housing is also most of the time, or usually they're just trying to help the student by giving extra time, or just, of course, the technical problem should be solved first. So no worries or don't get panicked. But it's obvious that we have a problem. Begum said that she's already here, so I'm gonna stop in here. This criminal record question is waiting. I know we will just continue with the Jan. But now I'm going to give the floor to Begum to just, introduce herself and start her application. And meanwhile, just a last note, for like maybe for a short time, I will be gone because I need to go to IT with this keyboard problem. Because of that, I will be back hopefully in Q&A session. Okay, ladies? So Melike, you're in charge in terms of, technical stuff. And yeah, Damla, Begum, floor is yours. Love you
after
guys.
Begum's presentation, we can answer everyone's questions. We'll come back to the chat as well.
Yeah, I would like to come back to the chat, but I cannot write. That's the problem. I will be coming back. Bye.
Okay. Hi,
Bye, everyone.
Begum.
Hello, it's very nice to see you all. I will be representing my team as the International Community Services Office. I know that we've kind of already connected. So you might have received our emails already, and some of you have already reached out. So I'm hoping that this presentation kind of wraps up all the information we've already shared with you via email. But also I'll be happy to answer your questions towards the end too. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen with you. Yes, so you should be able to see it now. So, as the International Community Services Office, we're in short known as the ICO, we have been facilitating the processes of our international community since 2014. So we're responsible of all the international community, so international students, but also staff members, researchers, faculty, etc. We are three team members, and you will be seeing us once you come to campus. But mostly, my colleague Marta and I will be handling your processes on our end. So briefly, the services that we provide are mainly bureaucratic support. So this is, of course, before your arrival, but also after your arrival. And we also develop a lot of resources that you will be able to access even from now. And we also lead some multicultural programs and projects that I'll be going into later that you'll be able to be a part of as well. So this is our website. I don't know if you've checked it out already, but please feel free to do so. So anything and everything that I will cover in our presentation today is already available on the website, and you'll be able to access it at any point. So feel free to check it out at your convenience. And we have a WhatsApp channel and an Instagram page. So throughout the semester, we share little updates over the WhatsApp channel on things that you might be interested in, and also regarding any differences in schedules when it comes to collecting residence permit documents and stuff like that. And on our Instagram, we already have some content that we've shared for you in terms of exploring the city, but also learning more about Turkish culture. So if you would like to check it out before you arrive, please feel free to do so. So, regarding your pre-arrival, we do have an extensive pre-arrival resources page that has been updated for you guys already with our newcomers guide as well. So, feel free to just start browsing there and have a look in case there's some doubts that you have in your mind. But I'm sure that the incoming team has already shared a lot of resources with you. This is kind of just more of an addition from our side. So, I want to come to the topic that many of you have questions about, which is regarding visa and entry type to Turkey. So, mainly, the most important thing will be to check the Ministry of Foreign Affairs' website. So, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has a page that you can see on the screen that we also have links to that I will relay in a minute, where you can go to your passport nationality and see what the entry type is. There are three main entry types, which I will walk you through, and we will be able to go through them one by one. So the first one, which will apply to many of you, is visa exemption. So if when you go into the Ministry of Foreign Affairs page, it says ordinary passport holders are exempt from a visa for up to 90 days or 60 days or 30 days. That means you can enter the country without a visa, just with your passport, and that is totally fine. You do not need to obtain a student visa to arrive. Regardless of any of the entry types, if you do not have Turkish citizenship, you will in any case apply for a student residence permit, which I will walk you through in a minute as well. So you can enter the country without a visa. It's totally okay. The only thing to keep in mind here is some nationalities, for example, like if you're coming from Germany or if you're coming from Azerbaijan, you can come with a national ID. Please don't do that. Make sure to enter the country with a valid passport, because the passport will be essential in applying for your residence permit. So, to summarize, if you're able to arrive without a visa, like if you can come in as a tourist without a visa, please feel free to do so. You don't need to obtain a student visa. Another option that might apply to some of you is the touristic e-visa. So if on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website it says that you're eligible for 30 days, like 30 days, 60 day, 90-day e-visa, then you may also arrive with that. That is also totally okay. Same things apply. After you arrive, you'll apply for the student residence permit, so this is also fine. But let's say you check the website and it says that ordinary passport holders are required to enter with a visa. If that is the only thing that it says, then you will apply for a student visa. So student visas are usually issued as single entry, and you will need to apply at the Turkish consulate or embassy in the country that you're in at the moment. And for this, you will need a visa support letter from us, so that you will be able to show it as document of proof that you are coming to study at Koç University. So you will need to request that from us at least 1 week in advance so we can prepare it for you and then send it to you via email. And you will be able to find the consulate appointments or embassy appointments through this website. And then you will arrive with a visa. But even if you were to get a visa that is longer than 3 months, you will still need to get a student residence permit. So in any case of entry, you will apply for the residence permit after you arrive. And we will discuss that once you arrive. I'm skipping this, but in case you're under 18, there are some points. If this is the case for you, please let us know so we can walk you through them as well. So everything that I just mentioned is already laid out on our website under resources entry to Turkey. So you can find the link for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and also what you need to, like all the information that you need to write when you're sending it to us, so we can prepare the visa support letter for you. So please feel free to look at that. But also everything that I just described, we already emailed it to you in the past few weeks. So if you just search for an email that came from ICO, you'll be able to see the information mapped out there as well with the relevant links. So at the moment, for residence permit, there's only two things to be mindful of, and one of that is off-campus housing. So if you choose to live off campus, then you can have a look at our off-campus housing guide. And normally, we, as the ICO, recommend that you stay on campus at the dormitories to make all the bureaucratic processes easier, because it's much easier to get documentation to prove your address when you're living on campus rather than off campus. However, if you do choose to live off campus, you should make sure that when you're renting out a flat, that the homeowner or the person that you're subletting from is able to provide a utility bill, so that's water, gas, or electricity, for your residence permit process. This is very important and very crucial, or else you won't be able to apply for the residence permit, which will be an issue. And I won't go into too much in detail right now, but in the email that we're sending out to you, you can see the necessary information here. Is that if you're choosing to extend your stay at Koç University, so let's say you're coming as a fall student, but you want to extend to spring, or if you are, for example, an ICM student and you need to open a bank account and you're staying off campus, then you will need to obtain a notary made rental agreement with the homeowner. This is a long process or a longer process, and it is very costly. So we would like you to look up this process ahead of time and make your decision accordingly, because this will be essential in case you do want to open a Turkish bank account. And if you have any questions later on as well, of course, I'll be happy to go over them. Now on to a more fun topic. I know that many of you are already on this app, but I want to just go through it in case some of you were not aware. So there is an app that we collaborate with called Goin, where you can meet current international students. And basically, you'll be able to join this app and log into the Koç University platform, where only the Koç University students, international students, will be on there. Again, everything that we described here throughout this presentation already has links on the app as well. So you'll be able to see them through there too. So our resources are available to you. So you'll be able to join the groups, ask your questions, get more information about life at Koç University, make friends even before you arrive. But also your mentors in the future will be joining this app too. So you'll be able to engage with everyone, including the full-time students, because we will have degree-seeking students on the app too. So undergraduate students and graduate students. So you can feel free to start browsing from now and connecting from now. We've already sent the link via email in the welcome email that we sent out. But we also sent a separate email for Goan. You can also scan the QR code to first sign up on the browser and then download the app and log in. So swiftly moving to the post-arrival stage, some of you, of course, might have questions regarding arrival on campus. I'm sure the incoming team has also informed you, but we do have a page on our website that kind of has all the public transportation and taxi options for getting from the airport to the campus and how to check in. So you may have a look at that before you arrive as well. And as you know, since the beginning, I've been mentioning the student residence permit process. This is a very crucial one for those of you that do not have Turkish citizenship. If you're staying longer than 3 months, which all of you will be at this point, you will need to apply for a residence permit here. And regarding that, we will be walking you through the process once you arrive after the orientation process. But briefly, the process as of now is that you collect the required documents, you complete an online application, you get your biometrics registered, so that's your fingerprints mainly, and then you submit the documents to us and we submit them to the migration office on your behalf. So right now, the thing to be mindful of is off-campus housing, like I mentioned, but also health insurance. I know many of you have questions about this, and I totally understand. But for the residence permit process specifically, the health insurance must be a Turkish one. It must either be obtained here through like private health insurance company, or if you have general health insurance in your home country that is listed on the screen, then you must activate your social security agreement here in Turkey. So you only have two options. If you have international private insurance from your home country or travel insurance, you can use that here. That's fine for health processes. But for the residence permit specifically, you will need to obtain private health insurance from a Turkish company. So you can go through the information that's available on our website. You don't need to obtain a private health insurance from Turkey before you arrive. But if you do have, like if your country is listed on the screen, then for bilateral social security agreement, that in your home country, you should bring a formula. And then once you arrive, you should activate it. We have the step-by-step on how to do this on our website. So please make sure to check it out before you come. We're also sending out the links via email, so you can stay updated via email as well. The website, you can see it's like how it's seen on the screen. So everything that I just described is also available here, so you can access it at any time. So after you apply for residence permit, and you receive the residence permit card, you'll be able to travel freely with it. You don't need a visa or visa exemption anymore. You can open a bank account. You can access the e-Devlet platform, so that might be necessary for some bureaucratic procedures. Register your mobile phone and register your address. This is for students who extend, but also students that need to open a bank account. So this is pretty crucial as well for those who are staying longer than they initially intended and those that want to open a bank account. So this one is the one that we get most questioned on, which is totally fair. It's a very foreign system for everyone. So in Turkey, we have this concept of registering your mobile phone device. So if you're staying longer than 120 days, you need to register your phone in order to keep the calling features of the phone. So that's, of course, calling, but also using the mobile data. And the registration fee, as you can see, is quite high. And you can only do this after you obtain the residence permit. For our exchange students, what we usually advise is to come with a backup phone that you can switch to Turkish SIM to right before you depart. So that like once the 120 days are coming to an end, you can use the alternate phone. Or if you have dual SIM, sometimes students have said that, using one SIM port for like, let's say 110 days and then switching to the other one has worked for them because you registered the IMEI number. I know this is a lot of detail and confusing from now, but we just wanted to give you a heads up before you arrive so that you can arrive with this in mind. So
like I said, with everything, you can also just read up on it. But long story short, if you are staying longer than 120 days, we advise you to bring like a backup phone that you can switch out to. That is the simplest way to go about it. But of course, if you want to register, then you're more than welcome to do so as well, or obtain a mobile phone here, which is, of course, the easiest option. So, more on life on campus. So, if you're going to be with us in the spring semester, then we will be having an international day. I hope that some of you will be able to join us for that. But if you're not here for the spring semester, don't worry. We will also be having a lot of cultural events in the fall semester too. And we will be having those in scope of some of them in the scope of our Cool Guides program. So the Cool Guides program is one where we have volunteers from Koç University students, full-time students that basically plan at least one event for you per week once the semester starts. So that can be on campus or off campus, or it could be going to, for example, the coffee festival or having a Turkish art marbling workshop on campus. So you can stay on the lookout for those. We'll also be sending you invites. So you're more than welcome to join any of those and kind of get to know the city and get to know Turkish culture more and at least have something to do throughout your stay here. But also I don't believe I added it to the slides, but we also do have an international student club. So they'll be hosting a lot of events during the fall semester and they'll be joining us during the orientation. So you will have many things to look forward to as well. Aside from that, we have an Explore Istanbul map. So this is a map that we compiled with the recommendations of Koç University students and staff members on different places that you can visit that are not that known. So you can, upon your arrival, you can have a look at the map on our website and see if you get inspired to visit places that you haven't been to or that's not on the general touristic map. And then once you're leaving, if you have any suggestions for us, we're more than happy to add them to the map too. So in general, you can always reach out to us over Trackit. The link on the page at the moment is subject to change because they're moving our Trackit system. But in any case, we'll be sending you a lot of emails, so you can just reply to those too, and you can reach out to us. It's totally fine. And we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But let's say you write to us and there's something that we have to discuss in detail, then you can also book an appointment with us so we can have an online call, or if you're already here, we can meet face to face. But of course, you're more than welcome to also ask your questions now too, so we can discuss everything at length while we have the time. So that's generally it from my side. So I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have regarding my slides. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Begüm, for joining us. I'll check the chat to see if there's anything that you would be able to respond.
There's one that I saw. Maybe I can jump on that first.
Sure.
There's a question about visa. Our student is apparently Polish, and they're saying that technically it states that if I exceed 90 days, I need one. Like I said, you will already obtain a residence permit for exceeding the 90 days. So you can, if it says that you can stay for 90 days without a visa, you can come without a visa, and then within the 90 days, you will apply for the residence permit, which will allow you to stay for the rest of the semester. So it's totally fine. Let me see. I'm skipping the ones about dormitories because that part is.
We have one from Dua. Hi, I have emailed about it, but I'm still confused on whether or not I need to obtain the student visa as a UK passport holder.
You don't. If you have a UK passport, it clearly states that you have visa exemption. If you have an ordinary UK passport, you can arrive without a student visa, so you may choose to do so.
The blue card holder staying in the dorms, what is the official address registration procedure for me upon arrival? Since I am exempt from the regular international student residence permit, do I still need to visit the migration office? Or does the university handle this for the dorm students? And are there other specific procedures I have to complete upon arrival?
Thank you, Salma. That's a great question. You can register your address, but not at the migration office. It will be at the Nüfus Müdürlüğü. On our website, under registering address, you can find the information on how to do that as well. If you need to register your address, you can do it through there. And yeah, we can discuss it in detail later on too, but your process will be different, but we have the guide on how to do that as well on our website.
I will keep the SIM card of my home country. Do I still need to register then?
You will need a Turkish SIM card because for the residence permit process, you need to have a Turkish phone number. Also, for many bureaucratic processes, you will need a Turkish phone number. So you will need to get a Turkish SIM card, and then you will need to register, like either register your phone or, like I said, do one of the alternative things I mentioned, like bringing a backup phone. Salma asked, what kind of documents do we need to gather for the student permit? We will walk you through them once you arrive because many of them are not things that you need to be concerned about right now. The only things that you need to be aware of from now is if you're staying off campus and if you like regarding the health insurance. But other than that, very briefly, it's like your passport photocopies, 4 photos, your student enrollments, which you'll get once you come from Cool Hub. And you also need to pay for the card fee, which is like 900 lira. So all of those things you'll be able to do once you arrive, so you don't need to worry about them from now, but you can start reading up on them if you would like, but nothing to be concerned about. Are there any recommendations where to get Turkish phone number contract for mobile service? Yes. So there's only 3 cell service providers anyway, Turkcell, Türk Telekom, and Vodafone. On our newcomers guide, we do have the link on how to obtain a SIM card, so you can follow the process from there. But you do that once you arrive anyway. There are kiosks even at the airport, but you can go to any city center area and obtain it in person. So basically, health insurance we acquired during our stay in Turkey or before. So health insurance for the residence permit you can obtain after you arrive from a private Turkish health insurance company. We have some listed on our website, and that will be sufficient for the residence permit process. I hope that's clear. If I have a physical SIM card and eSIM, can I just use 2 different cards and do not register? That is tricky. Because sometimes from what we've heard at the beginning, eSIMs were not recognized, so some students could go without registering their phone, but now I think they're tracking eSIMs as well. So even if you get a Turkish phone number and it's an eSIM, you might need to register the phone. So unfortunately, this one, like I've been doing this, like Damla knows, I've been doing this job for 10 years. That is the hardest thing for me to describe because the rules are very unclear for us as well. So unfortunately, I can't give a clear-cut answer on that. Yeah. Is the criminal record obtained from E-Devlet also enough? Yes. So if you already have had a residence permit and you have Turkish citizenship and you can log into E-Devlet, that is sufficient from what I know. But Damla, correct me if I'm wrong.
You can ask the housing team.
Yeah.
I'm probably yes.
Yeah.
There's a question about health insurance.
Another one?
From Jan, I think.
I replied to that one. Yeah, that's okay. And also there was a question about is cash important to have or does most places accept card? Most places do accept card, but you might need cash for like very minimal things just to have on hand. But generally, like I barely use cash, but it's good to have some, of course, on hand. But generally, credit card uses everywhere.
But the minibus, if you want to use the minibus, that's cash only.
Yeah.
But other types of transportation is usually, with card or your Istanbul card.
Yeah.
So I barely use like 1,000 lira per month in cash.
In cash, yeah.
Probably less,
Yeah. I think the rest of them are regarding the criminal record, Damlacığım.
Okay, I'll go back to the beginning of the questions. Then
if any questions come up, I'm here, so I'll
okay.
give them.
Okay, then we will go back to the questions, the general questions. I don't remember which ones we answered already, but let's see. I responded to Enrico about the SAMS dorm. Hello, I have a question regarding the class search since I need to do the list of the classes I'm planning in taking for my learning agreement. The problem is that for a lot of subject areas we have to do with economics, there are no search results. Maybe you can, maybe you're doing a filter wrong. The more filters you put on, the more problems you have with this class search module. I can just recommend just putting open to exchange students and then listing everything like open to exchange students. And then you can see all the economics courses, all the courses. Yeah, so if you can check now if it doesn't answer your question. We can do a demo at the end of the session to check for economics courses. Okay, we answered Dua's question. Hey, I have the same problem with housing. I already sent an email, but haven't received an answer. Our housing team, they're planning to send an email today to the students who applied already about the payment. So you can just wait for their response. I think there's a technical issue about the dormitory applications. Okay, how long does it usually take for your learning agreement to be signed? Usually our coordinators sign it very fast if the receiving person is correctly placed, like the email of the coordinator is correct. If you, for some reason, it wasn't signed in a few weeks, you can send an email to the coordinator and ask them to sign it. Jonathan asks, I've asked about the responsible coordinator for the learning agreement and got one. Now I wrote an email about 4 weeks ago and didn't get an answer. So this was like the first thing we have said, like in the acceptance letter, we also had this acceptance letter email. We had an information about the learning agreement. You may have not seen it, but yeah, so if there's a mistake, sorry about the late response. If there's a mistake about the learning agreement, you can just send us an email and then we'll see what to do. I paid for dormitory through bank, not QHub. Was I supposed to pay through the app? No, right now it's only the bank transfers for the payment. You can just ask the housing team if you have any questions about your payment. Does the criminal record need to be signed by sworn translator, and does it need to be Turkish? Tuba already responded to it. I'm checking the ones that are without response. Does the home university need to sign and help you with the criminal record because you need to fill in an organization? No, the home university is not a part of the criminal record process usually. What else? Melike answered a question about the kitchens and the microwaves. So if you're curious about the dormitories, you can go to the response. Let's see, going down. If I'm missing something, Melike, please tell me.
There was this, is a criminal record obtained from a devlet also enough? I don't know if you answer that, but it should be enough. If you're like Turkish and if you can use a devlet, that would be enough.
I started playing violin recently and wanted to take it with me. Is there a room on West Campus where I could practice? I don't know about West Campus, but we have a music room in the student center on our floor, so you can just use that. There is a booking sheet at the door, so you can just use it there, but I'm not sure about the West Campus. It should be fine, I guess. For the criminal record, it's supposed to be the country I was born or the country I study at. It should be, you can just ask it to the housing team actually. So yeah, if I stay in an Airbnb, I only need the letter of stay and a bill.
That's for me. So usually we don't recommend Airbnb, especially if you're planning to open a bank account or something like that. But if you are staying in an Airbnb, just even a letter of stay isn't actually needed. We have a form that you fill out and you declare your address, so that's fine. But they need to provide a utility bill for sure. So either electricity, water, or gas. It doesn't need to be in your name. It can be in someone else's name. So that's fine. But that is the only thing that's needed from them as of the latest guidelines. So that's what I can say regarding Airbnb.
Um, we had a question about the fitness facility in the West Campus. There's a gym in the West Campus, and then also an indoor pool. There was a video on YouTube. There's not like a the campus tour, official campus tour, like West Campus tour, but there was a video of a student, so I can just put it down in the chat. So if you want to check what West Campus looks like, you can go watch that video. It's in Turkish, but it will give you like an idea. The ice rink is right now under construction. It's in maintenance, but I'm not sure it's going to be open. Let's see. Hopefully. It's really fun. We usually organize like a lot of events for exchange students. We do ice skating and like hot chocolate. It's really cool. The facilities are free for all Koç students. Are we allowed to compete in the team sports? Yes, of course. So our sports center are always looking for team members for the sports teams. So if you're interested, you can just send us an email and we will connect you. But they have an email that we usually share before the semester. So we will share the contact people for each team. Yeah. The class search doesn't work correctly. So right now the new semester's courses are not available, so you can refer to the fall 25 courses. There's a bank account question, Begum.
I saw it. So if we don't want to open a bank account, etc., we will not have problems getting a student permit if we stay at an Airbnb. As of now, with the rules that we've been communicated to by the migration office, there shouldn't be an issue. But if you are choosing to, like, I don't know if you're a fall and spring student or just a fall student, if you are going to consider extending your semester, that will also be an issue. Airbnb will be hard to navigate. So basically, as the ICO, all we can recommend is staying at the dorms because that's the easiest way to go about it. But of course, if you choose to stay somewhere else, just keep the things I mentioned in mind.
Can give the mic to Olha, who raised their hand.
Yes, hello. So I have a related question regarding the staying in Airbnb. So me and two more girls who are also coming to Koç as exchange students, we are looking together for one accommodation. So my question is that how the procedure is in this case. So if three people are renting out one accommodation, what do we need to do in this case, and if it's possible at all? Because we were also checking this Sahibinden, but I feel like it's more for long term, and a lot of apartments are unfurnished and stuff like that. So Airbnb might be a better option.
Yeah, it's totally fine, by the way. Like three of you can be in the same Airbnb and provide the same like proof like of the utility bill. It shouldn't be an issue. We've not had issues with any students in the past doing that. So I don't really foresee there being a problem in that regard. It should be okay. But yeah, I totally understand, by the way. I know that the flat renting process is a more long-term one. Sometimes if there is, let's say, some residences, they do, but they are costly, of course, but they do rent out for only a few months. Also, like on the Going app, I know that many of you are there. There are some full-time students that are on there, so there might be.
I think Begum lost connection. Melike, am I the only one who lost Begum?
Yes, yes, there is the connection issue. Yes.
Okay. Well, while Begum is frozen, we can go to the next question. And are the courses? So I'll do a course class search demo in a bit. Okay, Begum is out. I'll show you how to check for courses and how to check for syllabi from like previous semester courses in a bit. So will you always be with 3 people in the dorms? And can it happen that you are 2 or alone? So for now, exchange students are allocated in triple rooms, which means that there's 3 people in the room. Unfortunately, there's no option to choose other types. Right now we're working on it. But yeah, so sadly only 3 people rooms. But if you have any sort of medical need to stay alone, then you can you can send your doctor's report to the housing team and they can check. So will it be 1 bunk bed and 1 single? Depends on the room, I guess, Melike, right?
It really depends on the room. Sometimes it's bunk beds, sometimes with the single ones, but mostly bunk beds. Not
Yeah.
maybe a nice news, but yeah.
Holidays or any vacation? Yes, we shared it in the beginning of the presentation. We have the 1st of January and 28th, 29th of October. Okay, I'll just share my screen quickly to show you how I search for classes.
Before that, yes, Ruslan, everyone can stay at the dorm right now. There is no limitation. We don't have the capacity problem for now. Everyone that applied, of course.
Yes, so you can go find the class search module from home, teaching and learning, and class search. Right now, the new semester's courses are not available. Oops. So you will go refer to the previous year's courses. Usually there are not many changes. That's why you can choose maybe like 7, 8 courses from previous years and then do your plans according to that. So I choose fall 25. So the new courses will be published with the course planning. So it means they will be published in a month. Yeah, so I choose fall 25, available to exchange students, and usually that's the only things I choose to filter courses. And when I click search, I have all the courses that were available for exchange students in the fall 25 semester. I kind of just go alphabetically with the subject area. I just look for all the courses. For example, you have the accounting courses. If you want to see the details of a course, you go to these 3 dots and say view course and meeting details. So it will give you all the class information. It's in person, it's a lecture. So units means it's the coach credits equivalent of it, which means this course is 3 coach credits, equaling to 6 ECTS. So the dates of the course is written here, and the grading is, the course is graded. It was offered for Tuesday and Thursdays, here's the room, and this is the instructor's name. And here, so the enrollment requirement for this specific course was a prerequisite course called Accounting 201. And there is no other consent type required. So if you want to take Accounting 201, for example, you will just ask for the instructor approval, ask for consent, just telling the instructor that you have already taken this course before at your home university for the prerequisite course. So the class capacity was 50. There was a 50 enrollment, so 50 people enrolled in this course. You can see the previous year's like fill rate. In the spring semester, there was 50 student capacity, and then 33 people enrolled in it. Is my connection bad? Yeah, so the last thing is you can download its syllabus by clicking the download syllabus button. And this is the syllabus that you will see. Basically. Okay. I hope my connection was good. Begüm is back.
Yeah, it is great. And welcome, Begüm.
Yes. Was there a question that you were responding to, Begüm?
I think the last thing I was just repeating myself, so I think we're okay. I was just saying the Airbnb is okay. 3 people can stay there as long as they have the utility bill. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, there is a question for the credits, I think. For ECTS, for you to understand, 60 ECTS means 3 cool credits in our university. Do I send the professor an
2.
email for consent? Sorry?
So 1 unit is 2 ECTS usually. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends. If it didn't let you in, if it didn't get your consent, then you can also try your chance by sending an email, of course. When I was a student, I was doing that. But right now, I think the system working greatly, so you can just write your consent, ask your consent from the system, and they will see and they will then examine and let you in or not. But if you really want to take the course and you really need to take that course and you couldn't really explain in the box, you can also send an email that you really need that course for maybe for graduation, maybe for your GPA or anything. It really depends on your mood and on your situation, I think.
So the consent requests will be available on like starting course enrollment, which is 28th of September. However, like if you really need a course, you can just send an email to the instructor before. During the first week, if you can't hear back from a professor, you can just visit the course actually. You can just go to the show up at the course and tell the instructor at the end of the course that you're interested in taking the course. And this actually shows, like you going there shows that you're interested. So they're usually helpful with that. Yeah. We always search for the main campus, right? Yes, our courses are always in the main campus, except for medical courses. Yeah. So we need to wait for the enrollment week to send our learning agreement. If you do not have a deadline from your home university, exactly, you can wait for the enrollment week. If a course is full and I need to apply again, my university takes 4 to 6 weeks to approve courses. Yes, that's a bit of an issue for all the students. So what we suggest is you get an approval for a big number of courses that you see on our portal. So maybe get approval for 8 to 9 courses. Yeah, just tell your university that like the course enrollment process is very late at Koç University, and that's why you need approval for more courses. How high is the risk of not getting into the course in terms of available seats? I mean, I would not be able to respond to this, but you can again go to the courses website or courses page on QHub and see if the course was filled, the capacity was filled in the previous semesters, so you can see the demand there. Yeah. So exchange students are the first group to choose courses, actually, which gives you a better advantage. However, sometimes some courses are they have reserved capacity for students who need to graduate, there are some group of students that they have reserved capacity in the specific course. What to do if my university is not accepting almost anything in my learning agreement? I'm not sure what to do in this case. I guess get some alternatives. Maybe try again with the other courses. In case a student can't attend mandatory 3 courses because of overload or some other reason by the lecturer, what happens then? Usually, like, being able to enroll in a course is not guaranteed. So a course is never guaranteed for exchange students. And it's the case for almost all universities, I would say, when it comes to exchange. So I mean, you can just start sending your emails and tell your instructor how important it is for you. Yeah, that's the advice I can give. Because of overload. I mean, for overload at Koç means that you're taking more than 6 courses or more than 5 courses. I don't know if I understood that right, but yeah. If you do not receive an email for the dorm payment by the end of the day, will we have an extended period to pay? I mean, you can start transferring the amount that was like described in the housing guide, so that's no problem. If you did your application correctly, then you can just transfer the money basically. Any other questions? Should we wrap up? Maybe we can wrap up, and if you have any other questions, you can ask it in the Q&A session of the second presentation, which will be in the afternoon for us, 2 p.m. Turkey time, or the questions would be around 3:30 Istanbul time, usually. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you were not bored. We're looking forward to seeing you on campus. So also sending the dorm payment even when the system says there was no application found. If there occur some more issues and living in a dormitory might not be possible, do we receive back the full money? Yeah, I mean, of course, if there's an issue, you would get the money back. If you can't stay in the dorms, you would get the money back. But yeah. If you did your application and then you get a confirmation email, then you can go ahead and do your transfer. All right. Thank you so much and see you soon. Thank you again, Begum. See you. Bye-bye.